Hello again. It's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio, and I have a 12 by 16 inch canvas, and I'm not sure if my idea is smart or not, but I'm going to use some Amsterdam Black Standard Series that has Floertol, regular Floertol, and GAC 800 in it. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've got some ideas. I'll let you know as we go. I want some of that to spread out. I'm going to use some abalone. Oh, excuse me. This is mother of pearl. Which may or may not show up. And I'm a Colour Arte affiliate, so you should look for the 20% off Colour Arte coupon code if you want. There's some new things coming up, some new Vivid Intenses and new super ultra metallics. I got a Waterlily. Anyway, this is golden maple. This is a primary element. This is a Blingit. My intention is to swipe either out from the center or all the way down, and I haven't made up my mind yet which is going to happen. I'm going to use some sour lemon with orange crush in it. I don't usually layer my colors. I like to put them side by side, but in this case, that is probably what's happening. But it doesn't feel natural at all. This is saffron. This is a Prizm pour just like the sour lemon was. I'm trying to make things less, what's the word I'm looking for, symmetrical, but I'm really bad at it. This is jasmine. This is a primary element. I may stop adding colors at any time. It could happen. That's what I'm thinking. What do I have new? I have new Vivid Intense Rouge Violet, which is awesome. And if I use a lot of it, that's okay with me. I really like the way the Miami Magenta, which is a Prizm pour, looks. Yeah, that's cheerful. I wanted to use a little bit of the Frosted Berry, but I think I'm going to skip it and go to the Indigo Violet. And I am going to use some of the Ultra Metallic Waterlily, which is a Prizm pour. I kind of want some paler blue. I'm going to use this this Vivid Intense Viola Blue, which is awesome also. Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm really tempted. I didn't use any of this poinsettia in my last pour, but I wanted to and I forgot it. So let's just, let's do a little bit of that. Now I do think that if I swipe from the center out, I will have more than enough paint. But I have to stop myself at the edges. I have some Atelier Rich Gold that I want to use. But I'd like to use it with the black. And I'm going to have to use my widest spatula. And if I go from right. Alright, we're going to try it. Cross your fingers. That is Australian Floertol and Amsterdam Black. Move that out of there in case I get I want to stretch the paint so I can tip the canvas and have it stretch sideways, which requires me stopping at the edge and not going over, which might be a tall order, but I'm going to try it anyway. Let's do the exact same thing again. Maybe I'll wipe that off first. I was really surprised by how well the gold worked last time. I had a thicker mixture and it wasn't working well, and I added a little more Australian Floertol and it works so much better. Now I'm suspecting that I can get away with this only because I'm going to add some Mead and Black, which is thinner paint, along the edges, and I have an edge catcher. I'm going to tip that and do I have a scrape dish? I wonder what I did with my scrape dish. Huh, it was here last time. Alright, well I'll just scavenge another one. Clean off my spatula in case I want it. And let's find my edge catcher, which is right here. This should be awesome. Really, it should. Try not to overdose it. Gonna do both sides at the same time, I think. And hope paint will flow to paint as it has in the past. I've got a thumb hold on the first side, or a hand hold. I may go back and forth a couple of times. Hard telling, not knowing yet. So this would be the time for that before I run out of canvas to hold on to. I'm really surprised that that gold isn't breaking up, but it could still happen, no problem. I could also try and blow into it with a straw. Or I could grab one of my little acetate tools, that might work too. I wanted to go back on the other side and I didn't catch it fast enough. I'm going to rock my edge just to cover and send that paint right back again. And hope I figure out a way to hold on to that. Look, I've got a thumb hold still. Ha! I can always fill in the holes. Here comes the paint. I feel so clever by accident right now. Paint's still moving. Yay! Until I started adding a little tiny bit of distilled water to my paint, it really wasn't moving very well. But the long metal spatulas are a nice swipe tool for sure. I think we caught it in time so that the black paint will still help facilitate the movement. This might be really excellent. I'm hoping that I'm right about this. Whoops, I slid. So I can remove the edge catcher and take the paint that's on it and put it back in the canvas where I need to. Or I can squeeze it and take my chances and let it go down a little bit and back into the painting, which might change the pattern quite a bit and maybe more than I want to. I'm not minding that band of gold as much as I thought I would. It's a good thing I use GAC 800 by Gold, and I gotta tell you what, because this painting's pretty heavy to be holding on with one hand, actually. but I'm loving what's happening. And I'm going to bring that edge catcher right back over here again. I lost some off the end. I have a thumbprint on one side. I'm pretty sure I can make that go away. Yep, the gold is just basically getting swallowed by the cells. And getting some paint off is not a bad idea because you would just prefer not to have the potential heavy paint to crack, which I don't think it's going to anyway. But I'm going to take a finger and run it right down that edge before I decide to do whatever I'm going to do, which is grab a small spatula or one of my acetate tools. Fill in my gap. You can always fill in the edges afterwards. Right now I just want to fill into the edges. I don't want to, okay. I want to pick that up without getting all painty. Pull acetate tools. If I ever forget to include the acetate tools tutorial under the video, just ask me for it. I've got it easily accessible. This is pretty insane. I might have to fill up my scrape dish with my leftovers and find an 8 by 8 inch canvas and put them on it really quickly. Right after I make sure my edges are all covered. That's insane. That's so cool. Look at those cells. And all of these edges are covered as of, well, I'm saying that, but I'm not looking at all. Yep, that's all good. I've got enough extra paint over here. It's time to grab my cell phone and turn the flashlight on. There aren't any gaps on my edges. Hopefully that's, wow! That's insane. I'll move that right out of the way for right now. That looks like a little tiny gap. I'm not sure I'm right under the camera monitor, but I'll do my best. Wowza. Holy cow. Well, it worked. And even though I didn't really necessarily want to tip that paint back on the last go around, I think it turned out just fine. I'm going to try and pull this whole thing up so that it's where it should be for you to see it. And we'll zoom in really quickly. I can't zoom in and move around very well. Alright, so you guys take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Please give me a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. I'd really appreciate that. Your comments keep my morale boosted. My email address is a great place to contact me if you have an interest in purchasing an artwork or inquiring about a lesson at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. On my link tree, you'll find Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, a couple of my websites, Society 6, The Gallerist, Spring Clothing is under the video, all those places that you can have my art reproduced. Also have merchandise for you to add my art to if you don't find what you're looking for there. My community board will show you tomorrow's video. I have 32 lists with 100 videos each on them. And also, everything's organized by topic and genre, so if you find that you would like to have a topic or a genre and a playlist, just ask me. Thank you guys for the donations through PayPal. The link is underneath the video, and there's a PayPal. There's also a membership option, and there's over 200 videos in the membership-only library. It's $9.99 a month. While you're on my link tree, look near my link tree for the 20% off Colourarte coupon code and the 10% off Pixel Paint Designs coupon code, where you will find Australian Floertol to make Cell Activator and Pebeo paints and Boom Gel and more. The Boom Gel doesn't need to be cell activated, have additives, which is pretty cool. Questions are welcomed and encouraged. My community board will show you tomorrow's video. My Amazon link is a great place to shop, and at no added cost to you, and it helps me out eventually, some days, some months, some years. Anyway, spring clothing under the video is worth checking out anytime before Christmas, because there is an awful lot of cool stuff there, and a lot of all over prints with my art on it. And I pick very carefully before I do that. But if you can't find it, like I said, if you can't find what you're looking for, just ask me. All right, you guys, I'm going to say goodbye for now. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery saying, wow, that worked out pretty well. I'm glad you came. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Maybe at, it might be at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's worth a check. See you and on. Priscilla out. I love you guys. You inspire me always.